everyone, welcome to Vinyasa Flow. My name is Monica and I'll be your yoga teacher today. I'm a physical therapist and yoga instructor and I'm very excited to move with you today. All you'll need to practice is some space to move around, maybe a yoga mat and some comfy clothes. I recommend you put on your own playlist, whatever makes you feel good, makes you want to move, or you can practice in silence with me. All right, we're going to get started in child's pose. So come down to the ground, coming down onto your knees, sitting back on your heels, and extending the arms up alongside the ears, melting the forehead down into the ground. Completely relaxing your body here. This is a position of surrender, and today is harvest moon. So if you look up in the sky later tonight, you'll see a bright full moon. And in yoga, in the yoga world, the harvest moon symbolizes kind of the letting go of the past seasons and moving into a new season and a new perspective. So surrendering everything from your past here and using this yoga practice as a symbol of moving into a fresh season, a fresh perspective. Taking a deep breath in and out. Again, deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more time, deep breath in and out. And then coming up onto your hands and knees, bringing your wrists right underneath the shoulders and the knees right underneath your hips. Coming to a neutral spine here, so you're gazing down at the ground, drawing in the lower abdominals, creating a flat back here. And then maybe a couple of neck circles here, moving around in the neck, and then coming back to a neutral neck, and we'll move through cat and cow. So inhaling to lift the tailbone, sink the chest, look up. Exhale to drop the tailbone, drop the head, arch the spine up. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the head. Exhale, drop the tailbone and the head, arching the spine up. Good, continuing to move with your own breath. And this is what Vinyasa is really about. Is syncing your breath with your movement. Each inhale is a movement and each exhale is a movement. And you don't have to necessarily follow my cues. Everything is just a suggestion. I want you to curate your own practice here. Find what feels right to you. And just get the most out of this practice this evening. All right, coming back to a neutral spine, we'll walk the hands out further so that you're coming into a puppy pose, sinking the chest down to the ground so the hips are in line with the knees up in the air, and you should feel an opening in the front body and the shoulders as you melt the forehead down. Deep breath in here. Deep breath out. Very good. Coming back up. Two hands and knees, and then tucking the toes, straightening the legs, sending the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Maybe you want to pedal the feet out here, bending one knee, then the other. Maybe shaking the head yes and no. Just flowing in down dog before we eventually find some stillness. Really tuning into your breath in this practice. In downward dog, It's often called a resting posture, but I think that's kind of bananas. This is really hard. So you're essentially in like a plank, but with you're like an inverted V shape. And I want you to spread your fingers wide in 10 different directions. And if the weight's really on the outside of your hands, try to press down on the inside of your hands. One more moment here. And then you can walk, step, or lightly hop up to the front of your mat, exhaling down to a forward fold. So in a forward fold, maybe your knees are super bent here, especially if you have stiffer hamstrings. Just let yourself fold, or maybe you just have a slight bend in the knees. Option to take a ragdoll here with the arms, grabbing opposite elbow in opposite hand, maybe swaying side to side. Just let it go here. Very nice. Release the arms. And then inhale to come up slowly, uncurling the spine, coming up towards a standing position. The head being the last thing to come up. Finding your mountain pose. So in your mountain pose, your hips and your feet are in line. And you're opening your chest up towards the front of your mat, palms facing forward. Think about drawing the shoulder blades together behind you. Maybe close your eyes. Draw in the lower belly here, strong and sturdy, just like a mountain. Maybe noticing a gentle sway of the body as you maintain your balance here. Revisiting that kind of intention that we started the class with, letting go and moving into a fresh new season of life. What does that look like to you? What does that mean to you? Turning your yoga practice into less of just an exercise and more of a moving meditation with very tangible benefits when you walk off of your mat. One more deep breath here. Inhale, lift the arms up above your head. And exhale, swan dive forward. Hands come down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up, back up to your tall mountain pose here. Exhale, hands come to heart. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward, soft knees. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Plant the hands and step back to your downward facing dog. Inhale to come to a plank pose. You can stay here, or you can drop down to your knees for a knee plank. And from here, you're going to keep your elbows really close to your rib cage and lower your chest all the way down to the ground. From here, inhale, baby cobra. Lifting the chest up, keeping your gaze down on the ground in front of you. You can even hover the hands off the mat here, really using your upper back muscles. Exhale to lower. Inhale again, baby cobra. Or maybe pressing into the hands and lifting up for a high cobra. Exhale to lower. Last one, inhale for baby or high cobra. Or take upward facing dog by pressing into the tops of the feet and lifting the hips off of the mat. Exhale to lower down. And then make your way back, maybe through all fours, and then to downward facing dog. Remember to curate your own practice here. Choose your own challenge. Maybe you add in something extra. Maybe you take a break in between. That's your prerogative. That's the beauty of a home practice. It takes the ego out of it so you can do whatever you need to do here. Inhale to lift the right leg into the sky. And exhale to bring the knee in towards the chest, hovering it up in a plank position, and then gently, quietly step the foot in between the hands, coming into a runner's lunge. From here, keep your left hand planted underneath the left shoulder and twist open to the right. Inhale. Really feel that sensation of expansion here, opening the heart, drawing the shoulder blades together behind you, opening up through the fingertips, reaching towards the sky. Exhale, right hand comes down to frame that right foot, and inhale to lift up for a high lunge. Bringing the palms at your heart, palms together at your heart. So in your high lunge, your knee and foot toes are facing the same direction. The back heel is lifted, and you're nice and upright in your torso here. Beautiful. Moving into warrior two, you're going to spin the back heel so that the arch of the left foot is in line with the heel of the right foot. Opening the arms to a T, palms facing down, really bending in that right knee, gazing over the right hand. Again, think about bringing the shoulder blades together behind you, creating more space in the chest. Inhale, reverse warrior, gazing down at your left foot, lengthening through the right side body. Beautiful. Bringing that right elbow down to the right knee, and then opening up the left arm, side angle. Feel that expansion, the heart opener here. Option to bring the right hand on the inside of the right foot. Very nice. Option to take a half bind here, wrapping the left arm behind the back, or maybe taking a full bind by grabbing the hand underneath the leg here. Lots of options. Choose your own challenge. And then open it back up if you have that bind, and then spiral your way back down to frame the right foot and stepping it back to a plank position. Wonderful. Optional vinyasa here. By exhaling to lower halfway or all the way. Inhaling for one of the back bends we did earlier. And exhaling to downward dog. Wonderful. Inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky. Exhale to lunge it forward in between the hands. Opening up to the left. Inhale. Feel that expansion. Maybe a stretch in the left hip. Really open, breathe. Notice what it feels like to expand. Exhale, come back down. And then inhale, high lunge here. Nice and long torso, hands come together at the heart. Strong and sturdy here. Opening it up to warrior two, spinning the back foot so the heel is planted. Opening the arms out to a T, gazing over the left fingertips. Notice where your left knee is going. Try to keep it pushing out toward the outside edge of your foot. Nice and tall here, beautiful. Reverse warrior, gazing down at the right foot, lengthening through the left side body, and then spiraling down, elbow to knee, reaching up, expanding. Awesome. Maybe you take the option to bring the hand to the inside of the foot, really feeling a side angle, opening up the body in the hips, in the torso, in the chest. Maybe taking a half bind here, or again, that full bind. Honoring the body where it is today. Every yoga practice is like a snowflake. It's different and beautiful in its own right. Wonderful. Spiraling it down to frame the left foot, making your way back to a plank. Optional vinyasa here, or go straight to downward dog. Exhale to lower halfway or all the way. Inhale for a back bend. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take a moment to let go of the practice so far. Move into a new space mentally, staying present. Doing yoga perfectly or Instagram-ish, it does not make you a better person. It's just about feeling what feels good in your body and really noticing the sensations and being kind to yourself. Using positive self-talk. Making your way up to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Maybe shake the head around, move the torso around. Take whatever version of forward fold feels nice to you. Connect with the breath. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up, reaching the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward again. Wonderful. We're going to step the right foot far back. And again, kind of open up like warrior two. Turn the back toes to face the right. We're setting up for half moon pose because this is a harvest moon practice. And the way we're going to do that is you're going to bring your left hand beyond, just beyond the left toes on the ground, or maybe on like your water bottle or something if you want it more propped up. So bringing the right hand to the right hip, begin to load weight into the left foot and the left hand. Lifting the right leg off of the ground. Beginning to open the body up to the right. Maybe even lifting the right arm up into the sky. This is a challenging posture. So your half moon might look like this, bringing the other hand down, might look like launching multiple times. If you come out of it, just come back into it. The goal here is not to look perfect or land it perfectly. The goal is to be persistent. The goal of balanced postures in yoga is to practice that kindness to ourselves instead of getting frustrated. Wherever you are, make your way back to forward fold. Exhale, let it all go. Let go of that part of the practice. Taking the positive from it and then leaving the rest. All right, stepping the left foot far back, spinning the toes kind of like warrior two. So the heels planted on the left and on the right. Left hand to the left hip. And then bringing the right hand just beyond the right foot, maybe on an object taller than the ground or just on the ground. And then begin to load weight into the right foot and hand. Lifting your left leg off of the ground. Half moon on the other side. Maybe find a drishti or a focal point. This will help you keep your balance if you just stare at an object. Trust yourself, forgive yourself. Keep trying, keep moving forward. Whatever your half moon looks like is beautiful and what it needs to be. Wonderful. Make your way down to forward fold. Exhale. Widening the feet to the width of your mat. Inhale, reach arms up towards the sky. Exhale, sweep the hands in between the legs, bend the knees. Inhale, reach up. Almost like you're gathering up any negative, stale energy you don't need anymore. And exhale, throw it away. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, throw it away. Couple more times. Inhale. Exhale. Now you might feel like you have a lot of baggage, so maybe you need to do a lot of extra repetitions of this, whatever you need. We're symbolically taking the old season, Throwing it away, making space for something new, something beautiful. One more time, inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach all the way up. Palms come together and down to the heart. And then squatting down deep, 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 deep. Coming into a yoga squat. So maybe you can't make it down all the way with the heels on the ground. You can be up on your toes, or you could be up a little bit higher. Either way, maybe you can sit on a pillow if you feel far from the ground. Closing your eyes here, maybe using your elbows on the inside of the knees to open up the hips. You have two options here. You can take kind of an opener, a chest opener, where you kind of reach open on either side, or you can work on your crow pose or any other balance variation or inversion you're working on. So if you're trying to do crow pose, you're going to want to plant the hands down like you're in plank. And then you're going to want to stay on your tiptoes and lift your hips up a little bit so that your knees can go on your upper arms. This might be hard with certain clothing, but it's easiest with skin on skin. And then you're going to come up on your tiptoes, load those knees onto your upper arms, really engage the abs, lift through the pelvis, and then maybe you just lift one foot, maybe you lift both feet, and you work on kind of balancing on the hands. Again, this is really hard. It's just for fun. It takes a long time to work on a yoga pose. So it's totally normal to just be here and work on lifting one foot at a time and getting that technique. Or again, you're just doing your own thing here, whatever feels good, curating your own practice. And what's beautiful about working on your home yoga practice is when you go back to the classroom, you'll feel a bit more empowered to do what you need to do. If you've ever been in a yoga class before, it's easy to have a big ego and feel like you have to do everything the instructor's doing or what the people around you are doing. But in fact, the most yogic thing you can do is listen to your body and do something completely different from your neighbor. And just get what you need out of it. All right, coming back to center malasana, the center squat, and then just gently bring your booty down to the ground. Okay, so now moving into a boat pose. Just fire up the abdominals for a moment. So the way you're gonna do that is kind of sink back onto your tailbone, lift the legs up into the sky, grabbing behind the thighs. You can always keep the knees bent. You could try to let go of the legs here. Nice. You got this. Maybe you can grab onto the feet with the hands. You can keep the knees bent, or you can straighten the legs. Try to balance like this. Maybe you go wide, try to balance like this. Just have fun with it. See what you can do. If you're friends, you can try to knock each other over. That works too. All right, making your way down to a little butterfly position, bringing the soles of the feet together, letting the knees fall open, and find a nice straight spine here, chest moving forward. Maybe you fold forward a little bit. Deep breaths, maybe close the eyes. You can roll the neck. Just finding some stillness, finding a stretch here. Just let it go. Wonderful. Coming back up to a straight spine. And we're going to try something called compass pose here, which is more unique. You maybe haven't tried this before. So just pick your own level. So we're going to start by keeping the left foot in towards your body, keeping the knee nice and bent and just keeping that on the ground. And then you're going to take your right foot and begin to move into kind of this like happy baby position where the knee is at 90-degree angle, and begin to bring it behind the shoulder. Maybe you can really bring it behind the shoulder, all pretzel-like. Or maybe you're here. So using both hands, getting it wherever you can, and then maybe you can begin to lengthen the leg and straighten it. Maybe bringing the right hand down and holding on to it with your left hand. Again, there's a lot of variations here. You're probably just gonna want to stick around here, but if you really want to push it, maybe you try to lengthen. Lots of options. There's no right or wrong. There's no good or bad. That's what yoga is all about. Awesome, that's compass pose. Let's do something like it on the other side. Maybe you do a different variation. So, no judgment. Bringing your heel in towards you on the right side. Maybe you come into simply just kind of a happy baby position with the left hand holding onto the outside edge of the left foot. Maybe you really bring that knee behind the shoulder and grab onto the foot with the right hand, the opposite hand, and bring the left hand down to the ground and begin to extend. So you start to feel an opening on the right side body and the left hamstrings. Again, you don't have to go all the way straight. Just pick your challenge. Awesome job, everybody. Bringing it back down, and we'll be moving on to your backs. So however you want to get down onto your back, maybe you want to grab your favorite pillow as we wind down, maybe your favorite blanket, starting to get chilly outside. Bringing the legs out straight, bringing the arms up alongside the ears, stretching out long, letting it go. And if you need to know anything about me as a teacher, it's that the final relaxation pose is non-negotiable. So we're gonna all do Savasana here. It's arguably the most important pose. So just take up space, flopping the body open. And this is a very vulnerable, surrendering posture, which is perfect when we consider the meaning of the harvest moon, of us letting go of the past and moving into a fresh new season and perspective. Closing the eyes, releasing the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Allowing your eyeballs to fall deep into the sockets. Notice your pattern of breath. Maybe you can bring your breath more into your belly as you inhale. Imagine as you inhale, you can bring in fresh, new, bright light that fills your body. And with your exhales, imagine you can filter out any dark, stale energy. Just let it go. Imagining your body filling up with fresh, bright light. And imagining any stale energy, you can exhale it out. Picture a book in front of you that's open. And in your imagination, imagine you can see the title. It's the story of your negativity, negative self-talk. And I want you to picture you physically closing that book and throwing it out the window. And there's another book in front of you that's closed that says the story of your greatness. And I want you to imagine you can open that book right now. It might seem like a silly visualization, but in fact, most of the things standing between you and happiness is your perspective. And there's research to suggest that if you are to focus on gratitude, kindness, social connection, and savoring the moment, you can be a happier person. So I implore you, this last moment of yoga, savor it like it's the yummiest treat ever. Just feel this delicious relaxation here and savor this feeling of stillness, of quietude. Beautiful. Taking a deep breath in and out. If you need a bit more time here, you can just pause me and continue to soak it in. If you're ready to come out, stretching the arms up above your head. And however you'd like to come up to seated, maybe roll to your side first, or just roll straight up. However you'd like. Coming to a cross-legged position. Sitting up tall, closing the eyes, bringing the palms together and bringing them to the crown of your head. Bringing the thumbs to your third eye. And then bringing the palms to the heart center. You are wise, you are strong, you are confident, you're wonderful. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I hope to see you soon. I'll be here next Thursday. All right, take care, guys.